Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to make this Get Well card. It's a little bit monochromatic, and we're using a new Sale-a-bration item that will be out March 3rd. So let's get started. Our base is going to be a piece of Mary Merlot, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So fold that over. And then our next piece is going to be a piece of the Flowering Foils DSP. Now this is in the Sale-a-bration mini catalog coming out March 3rd through March 31st. And in here are products that you can earn for free if you spend $50 or some are $100 out of the spring catalog or the annual catalog before shipping and handling and taxes. So we're going to start with this piece, but I'll show you quick the other pieces that are in this. This is really pretty. They're not double-sided, they're single-sided, but there's 4 different patterns. So you have this one. These are just gorgeous to color on, these flowers. And then you have this grid type pattern, and then there's one more. That's one we also, just the silver flower, and they're really pretty, and we're actually going to be dyeing it Rococo Rose today. So to get started, we're going to use our sponge brayer. Now these are in the annual catalog, and they come with 2 handles and 4 sponges for $8. And you can wash these and use different colors on them, so it's a pretty good value. We're going to start with Rococo Rose, and instead of, I want to show you, instead of going back and forth to try and get ink on, you want to roll it this way so you're getting ink on the whole roller. So we're just going to ink it up pretty well, and then we're going to take our paper and we're just going to transfer it, going in the same direction. I mean, you can go back and forth a little bit on here once you have the ink on your roller, and then just re-inking it as we need to. And you can get some of it darker, some of it lighter, whatever depth of color that you like. It does just hold it because it will crinkle on you a little bit if I'm just gonna flip it over, if you put too much pressure on it and you're not holding it. See, it can just crinkle like that, so we don't want that to happen. All right, so we're just gonna finish this up. I'm just gonna hold it up to make sure. I'm missing a little bit of color over here, so we'll just get that. And like I said, if you wanted to do some spots darker, you can just add more ink. So I think this looks pretty good, so I'm going to put that aside for right now. And then we're going to work on this middle piece right here. So for this, I have a layering piece of Petal Pink, and this is cut at 4 by 2 5/8. And then the piece we're working with, I'm just going to move this sponge, or I'm going to get it all over everything. This piece of Very Vanilla that we're working with is 3 7/8 by 2 1/2. And we're going to use the Very Versailles stamp set. This is in the annual catalog, and I've used this one quite a bit, but it's just great for making collage type pieces and layering, or adding even some elements to a different project, even if you're only taking 1 or 2 of the elements. Today we're going to be working with it together. We're going to start with the Petal Pink, and we're just going to ink up the words, and I'm going to lightly stamp off just a little bit, not too hard, just to get some of the ink off so it's not too bright. And then I'm just going to line it up and give it a good press. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to come in with the Rococo Rose again, and this time we're going to ink up the leaves, and we're just going to bring those in right across the writing here. And you can layer this obviously however you would like. There we go. And then we're going to come in with a piece of, I don't even know what to call this, kind of, I don't know what to call it actually, this little patterned piece. We're going to ink it up in Mary Merlot. And we're just going to put it towards the bottom here. And I wanted it to be off the paper on the left just a little bit so it looks like it's coming in. And then that is all set for this piece. So I'm just going to adhere it to the layering piece of Petal Pink. Line that up. There we go. We'll put that aside. And then we just need this Get Well Soon right here. You could use any sentiment that you wanted. I just happened to be very low on Get Well cards, so I wanted to make a few. This is out of the Healing Hugs stamp set. This is in the annual catalog. And this has great Get Well sentiments, and it has some nice other elements to it as well. So we are going to use the Get Well Soon. And I just have a piece of scrap Very Vanilla that I'm going to use. We're going to ink it up in the Mary Merlot. There we go. Give it a good press. Let me just cover that because we are done with our inks. Alrighty. And then I'm going to come in with my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. And it just fits inside here. Let's see. There we go. Well, I don't want to cut off the S. There we go. It just fits. All right. And then we're going to take a scrap piece of Mary Merlot, and we're going to come in with our 2-inch circle punch just to give it a nice layer. There we go. And then I'm going to adhere the Get Well Soon right onto the Mary Merlot, and then we can put our card all together. So we're going to take our flowering foil DSP that we shaded into the Rococo Rose, and we're just going to adhere that right onto our base. Center that. And then we're going to take this collage type piece that we did. I'm just looking for some, here we go, some dimensionals. Let's see if I cut those. I use every last piece of my dimensionals, so I even cut up the edges and use those. Here's a newer piece, and we'll give it one in the middle as well. So we're just going to take these backs off. Like so. And this goes right in the center. There we go. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on this one too. Now on this one, I wanted it sitting kind of half on this piece, half off. So I'm going to put the dimensionals here and here so it rests against the piece we just adhered, and it doesn't pop up over that one. So what we can do is put a little snail on the part that's going to stick to the piece that's already on, just to have it anchored a little bit better. And we'll just put that right there. And that's all there is to it. So here's the original, and here's the one we made today. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them down in the comments, and all of my links will be listed down below. If you're not already working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love a chance to work with you. Thank you so much for watching.